Welcome back to another episode of Faces at Case. Today we're talking to Case students to catch up after their first week of classes. Let's hear what they have to say. What did you do over the summer?
This summer, I did shadowing for 2 weeks, and then I took physics, a 5-week course online.
This summer I worked a lot back home in Pittsburgh. I was a patient care technician, which is similar to like a PCNA job, so I was in the hospital a lot.
At UPMC?
Yes.
This summer I was here working as a PCNA at the clinic.
I just did 2 summer courses in CNA training.
I did research here in Cleveland, at the Cleveland Clinic.
I did research back at home in Philadelphia.
I was here. I did some research. That's fun.
Nice.
Same here in Cleveland. Did research. Cool.
I was also here in Cleveland. I was working. I also participated in the pre-occupational therapy program at Keck Graduate Institute. That's in Claremont, California. And I studied for my GRE for grad school.
I just worked for the majority of it.
Where did you work?
Taxi driving. I was here all summer taking classes.
I had like an internship for a immigration attorney, so I was just working on that pretty much the whole summer.
I actually worked in the Woolsey Research Center, and I worked for Dr. Paul's lab.
I worked at UH as a patient transporter here in Cleveland.
I worked at facilities. I put up all the blinds on Southside, so like if you can sleep past 8 a.m. on Southside, that's me.
Over the summer, I was a camp counselor at a kindergarten, and because it was my last summer before going off to college, I hung out with my friends a lot.
I traveled a lot. I went to New York for the first time, and then I started doing research opportunities in Texas.
During the summer, I worked mostly, and I worked on a couple of side projects in Java.
Nice. Rate your first week of classes on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like boring and 10 being like amazing.
I think it was a solid 7. It was pretty good because we weren't like into exams yet, and all of my professors are super awesome.
I was gonna say a 6, just because I have a lot of early classes this year, and I'm not a morning person.
I mean, it was pretty solid. Like, it was like an 8.
Nice.
Yeah, looking forward to my classes.
I'd give it a 5. It's been nothing special, but nothing bad so far.
I give it like a 7. It was pretty good, but kind of busy.
I would say it's a 7 because I feel like I haven't registered that I'm actually here, you know?
A solid 6.
Okay.
And a half.
Yeah.
I'd give it an 8, just the minus points for all the stress and getting acquainted with everything, but it's been very jam-packed and I haven't been bored at all.
Nice. I'd give it a 7 because of the walking, but all my classes are super fun, and I'm surprised I'm not stressed out yet, so yeah.
It was an 8, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, probably a 9. I had a good first week.
That's great.
I'd say it's 7. It definitely wasn't boring. There's a lot to do.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely a 7. I'll give it a 7. It was cool. Classes weren't too bad. Got to see a good amount of faces, so it was cool.
I'd probably give it an 8. I only got a first week of classes a couple of times because of COVID years. It wasn't awful, and I had a little bit more time in between classes than I'm used to, so that was nice.
Which class are you looking forward to the most, and why?
I'm looking forward to Latino history. It's a first year, and I just want to learn more about my culture because they never in high school they focus on the European side of things, and it's time to change the perspective.
I guess I'm looking forward to Calc 3.
Nice. Any reason why?
Well, after that, there's just one more class before I'm done with math.
I am in Nicole Crown's genetics class, and so far it's been really interesting, and I'm kind of excited to see where she goes with it.
Nice.
My intro to journalism class for sure. I'm a bio major, so it's for my breadth requirement, and it's really interesting getting to go outside the arts and humanity or arts and sciences and look into the humanities and stuff. So it's pretty interesting so far.
What about you? Same thing with me, but my SAGES class, because it's for refugee voices, and I worked with refugees all of high school, and I'm a BME major, so it's really nice to actually start doing writing because it's my favorite thing.
Surprisingly, I think it's OChem because I really do like chemistry.
Probably biochemistry. So far, I've found it pretty interesting.
I think I'm kind of excited for Orgo because so far it's been good, but I don't know if that will stay true.
Okay.
To be honest, I think French. I'm taking a French class for my like RT English requirement, and I'm looking forward for it because like I took French like a couple of years ago, and I feel like it's kind of like refreshing, and it's just like really interesting.
So this semester, I'm taking a class called Latin American Cultural Conflicts, which I'm really excited to take.
For me, I got some heavy hitter classes. So I'd probably have to say my PE class is I'm swimming. Swimming is cool for me, so I'll be doing that. I'm enjoying that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm just finishing up one of my degrees. I'm probably looking forward most to, Nutrition 398. It's our capstone experience for seniors, and they're kind of revamping the class a little bit so that we have a lab section and a lecture section, which is kind of different for a capstone. So looking forward to that.
Honestly, my art class, I'm doing I think it's textiles, weaving, and fibers. And it's just because I haven't done anything like that really before, so it's my first art class at Case, and I just want to do something hands-on, and I'm looking forward to making a bunch of projects and stuff. So.
That's so cool. I'm really looking forward to physical chemistry. It seems like an interesting class despite the name. The professor seems pretty funny, and it won't be too hard, hopefully. Nice.
Probably econometrics. I really like the professor. Shout out Shoaib.
Definitely psychology because I take a lot more STEM focused classes, so it's nice to have one that's more humanities focused to add some balance.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to our crit care course. I'm a nursing student, and it's just been so far really interesting. We're in the trauma ICU for our clinicals, so it's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to more of that.
Nice. I think probably the same. I think the trauma ICU is going to be really interesting, and getting the hands-on clinical experience is going to be super fun this semester.
Which class are you dreading the most and why?
Math, because I haven't studied, but it's okay. I will.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, it would be OChem. Dreading, also most excited for.
Good luck.
Biochemistry.
Good luck.
Physics, yeah.
Honestly, not really dreading anything, just gonna let everything happen the way it's supposed to.
I'm dreading intermediate Chinese because I took Chinese my high school year for 5 years, but then I forgot all about that during the summer, and the introduction to beginner Chinese was full to the brim during my application period. So I thought, all right, I'll just take intermediate. I'll be fine. I'm not fine. I failed my quiz today.
It happens.
Yeah.
My ecology lab, and that's just because I have to go to the farm, and that's a 30-minute shuttle ride.
Probably my SAGES. Even though the topic is really interesting and really important, it's about sustainability in Germany and the US, we're comparing the two. I don't like writing and I don't like research, which the course is very heavy in.
Maybe I have an 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. Friday class, and it just the class isn't bad itself. It's just that time is not fun at all.
Probably the lab portion of physics. I've heard it's pretty brutal. So.
Yeah, I'd say the same for me.
Probably my 9:30 a.m. yoga class, just because it's so early in the morning.
It have to be classics because it's about Greek mythology, which is super interesting, but there's a lot of reading. So yeah.
How about you?
I would say Calgary. I'm not that great at math, so it's gonna be a struggle.
Oh, definitely. I'm taking Bio 216 and also Orgo. I'm really scared for both of those.
Music history, for sure. It's an awful class. Don't take it. The professor has a British accent, and so it's really easy to fall asleep, and I have no idea what we're doing after 3 classes.
Probably game theory, because there's a lot of math. I'm not good at that.
K students seem to have a lot of opinions about their classes. Some seem more excited than others. But all in all, this is going to be an interesting semester. Make sure to like and subscribe to keep up with The Observer. Thank you!